my dear viewers, welcome to my channel. My name is Malena and on this channel we are talking about femininity, body language, posture, fashion and style and everything that has to do with being a sophisticated woman. If you are new to this channel, consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. In my last videos, I have talked a lot about posture, about the voice, how to position yourself, your arms, your hands, how to walk. But I have left out one important aspect so far, and that's the body language. So in this video, I will start with 5 exercises, 5 tips for you, for the starters, in order to improve the signals that you are sending, to improve your attractive appearance, independent from your looks, independent from your clothing, just by improving your body language. Because oftentimes we might be totally focused on our clothes, on our appearance, and maybe even we pay attention to our posture, but we might forget a few things that make a big difference. That's why I will cover the topic of body language in this video and also in future videos more, so that you can really cover all aspects of your appearance and work on the aspects that are still missing. So body language is oftentimes the missing link that is not so obvious to most women or to most people in general. But it is really a secret power. So apart from the posture, it is also not that obvious to many women. The body language is even more powerful, or can be even more powerful if used the right way. So let's start. Tip number 1, listen to yourself. So in this exercise, I would suggest that you record yourself. Record yourself while you are talking to someone. For example, you are in a meeting with a friend, maybe even talking with a date, or at work, talking to colleagues, talking to other people. Just record yourself in different situations with your phone. And then, when you listen to those recordings, pay attention to the following details. How is your voice? Do you repeat specific words? Are there some kind of speech patterns that you have? So, do you, for example, use the word I a lot? Or other specific words that you really repeat oftentimes? I made a video about voice, but there I'm focusing more on the actual voice and not so much on the content. But I will link the video down below so that you can watch it if you haven't, in order to improve your voice or the intonation of your voice. But in this number 1 exercise, I also ask you to pay attention to the content. Number 2, watch yourself. For this exercise, you should record yourself and make a video of yourself. And I'm not asking you to make a YouTube video now. It's just recording yourself with your phone, or maybe you ask a friend or your partner to record you. Again, in different situations. So the best is if you have a casual situation, a professional situation, and maybe another situation where you are doing something and speaking and interacting. Of course, it might be a bit tricky if you know that you are recording yourself. I mean, from a distance, of course, not like with a selfie. That doesn't make sense. But you might be influenced by that and, of course, pay a little bit more attention to your body language, etc. But try to move and interact as normally as you can. And maybe it would be even better if someone else secretly records you, someone you trust, of course, because that would be, of course, more interesting to see. And then you pay attention to the following details: habits and mannerism. With that I mean, do you have a certain habit? For example, maybe you are scratching your head quite often, or touching your face or your nose very often and you don't even know about that. Try to identify those habits and the mannerism that maybe might not be the most beneficial things for you, but you just haven't noticed it because of course you never watch yourself interacting. Pay attention to your speech patterns. So now not so much on the voice, but on the patterns. So the way you are communicating, and then also your ability to listen. Also, pay attention to the posture. So look how you sit, stand, walk, how you hold your arms, your hands. And most important, what kind of emotions are transmitted through your face. Look at your facial expressions and analyze what kind of impression you are giving. For example, now I remembered there is this so-called resting bitch face that I think this describes like a woman that somehow looks annoyed or angry or not very nicely. But the truth is that many women are not even aware of how their facial expression is, what they are transmitting. For example, I oftentimes look sad, although I'm not sad in those moments. But somehow I tended, or still tend, to have a sad facial expression, which is of course bad for me because I don't want to appear sad because it doesn't really make me attractive. So this is something that people told me, but if I had analyzed it by recording myself earlier in just normal situation, or someone else would have recorded me, maybe I would have noticed it much earlier, because people don't always tell you the truth, or out of politeness maybe they won't tell you, or maybe they are just so used to you that they don't regard this as something unusual or not beneficial for you. So pay attention to those details. Number 3, look at yourself and look how you appear. So for this exercise you should stand in front of a mirror and close your eyes. Then imagine that you are standing on a party, at a reception, or maybe in a bar, somewhere with other people. Position yourself the way you would be standing in this situation. Really imagine it. Close your eyes, imagine it. Position your hands, your feet, your face. Imagine you are there. And then open your eyes and look at the person in the mirror. And now what do you see? Where are you looking? How is your facial expression? How is your overall expression? And then what would you, if you were someone else looking at this person, someone on this party, how would you perceive this person in the mirror? What would you think about this person just by this appearance? And I don't mean clothing, etc. Just the whole picture by the body language, positioning, facial expression. And then go and ask an honest friend, either a male honest friend or a female honest friend. Tell them your impression, how you, for example, experienced yourself as a neutral person, and ask them if they have the same impression about you. So, for example, you looked at this person in the mirror and you said, oh, this person looks insecure. Then ask them, do I appear insecure when I'm on a party? Does my body signal insecurity? Or maybe you notice that this person looks arrogant. So just ask your honest friend and compare the two results, and then you will probably know a little bit more about the truth. Number 4, or exercise number 4, is the improvement. So now we have analyzed in different ways and we are now improving. So after you have analyzed those areas in the 3 examples, make a list of the things that you found out and the areas that you need improvement on or that you want to improve yourself on. Maybe it was the facial expression, maybe it was rather your posture, maybe it was the position of your feet, of your legs or your hands, or maybe it was your look, your eyes, your mimic. So just make a list of the things that you would like to improve and start improving. Tip number 5 is practicing. Of course, in order to improve, you have to practice regularly. And for many of those areas, I already have some videos that could help you. So I will link the posture videos down below. I have a voice video. I will link it down below. And watch those videos and just try to implement the tips that I give you there. But also, if for example, facial expression is something that was very, very striking, you could, for example, do a class in acting in order to have more control over your facial expressions. If it's the voice, you can start exercising your voice and implementing the tips from my video to have a softer, more feminine, agreeable voice. If it's more your posture, then you can change your positions and put more emphasis on your posture several times a day. And then after a time when you practice every day, your body language will change. You will become more fluent in the body language because the body language is, after all, a language. So you can become better in this language the same way you can become better in a verbal spoken language. But it's not easy and it really takes practice. It is said that around 30 days, after around 30 days, old habits change in new habits when you practice a new habit very, very often. And now a quick tip for all of you who just want to start now. Or maybe you have dates or a meeting or something else today or tomorrow and you just want to start immediately. The quickest way to send the right signals and to appear more attractive and accessible to other people is by opening your position. And by opening your position, I mean, first, your arms. If your arms are crossed in any way, open your arms. So you will go from this or from this position to this position. You will go from this position to this position. The second thing, uncross your legs. If your legs are crossed in some way, like really crossed, then uncross your legs. There are other very beautiful, sophisticated sitting positions where you don't need to cross your legs. It's not that when you have crossed legs, you are not attractive. On the contrary, but now we are trying to quickly maximize our accessibility and our openness of our body. So arms, legs. And now the third thing, your head. Is your head down a little bit? Are you maybe looking down with your eyes? Pay attention to this and immediately grow with your head. So imagine the string is pulling your head up and then pull your chin back and look the people in the eye. So even when you are in the supermarket, when you are waiting somewhere or walking on the street, try not to look on the floor, but immediately pull your look up and look the people that you pass in the eye very shortly. Maybe you smile even. Just look people in the eye when you talk to them, when you listen to them. This makes a big, big, big difference combined with the other features. And now comes the next one, your shoulders. So now look if your shoulders are maybe a little bit too relaxed. So maybe they are too slouched and your body is a bit too slouched. Roll your shoulders back and put yourself in an upright position. So with those 5 things, you will very, very quickly appear more open, more accessible and more attractive, and you will send the right signals. The best is, of course, when your clothes also matches your body language. If everything matches, the person will appear the most attractive. If your clothes are feminine, confident, and your body language is feminine, confident, sophisticated, those people where everything matches, they appear the most attractive to others. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. And if you are not yet subscribed, again, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, because this way you won't miss any upcoming video. I am looking forward to see you in the next one. Bye bye!